Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all of the praises once again to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Barakah, Kodash, and double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone that have taught us this truth, and as well as even including the elder bishops on down as well, and Yahweh Bahashem Shai Rakatham to the 144,000 of those that sincerely give the gospel of the kingdom as they should, and it's your brother Laban as well, and Yahweh Bashmal Shai Brakatham to the 1/3 that do follow the same. And now what I want to do is I want to talk about this, and the title of this lesson is going to be called after what's written in the book of Matthew 24 and verse 24. And so what they're doing here is they're preparing, I guess this is for the American people to look out for AUPs, also known as UFOs, giving them the reference guide. And as the scripture says that, as I'm going to read it, might as well read it right now. For there shall arise false anointed ones and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Because the higher up, they very well know that the Lord is coming. So what they're going to do is possibly, as I've been reading articles previously in regards to the Vatican Church, how, somehow, some way, they're going to use Project Bloombeam to stage an event of the divine power entering into this universe to overshadow the faith of those that believe in the coming of the Lord anyway. And you have people that may not know too much that they're Israelites, but they believe in this the idea of the Lord's second return in the chariot, because they've got it from us. So here's all of the sections that shows you on how to deal with UFOs, which people have been reporting to UFOs. Excuse me. People have been reporting to the police concerning these UFOs and AUPs, and so therefore the government had to study all of this stuff and go over all of this. Therefore these governments, even around the world, but primarily the focus is in the US, they had to go over all of this stuff. All right, which this is something that they've always known. They've known this since the 1900s, man. All right. But again, we're dealing with America. They've known this since the 1950s, as they have over here, the 40s through the 60s. And so they know that there's always been UFO sightings around, and they ultimately know why that's the case. Because there's a people that they have in their hands, which are the Lord's people, in slavery. They know this very well, and they know the history of the Israelites. They have all of our data, our historical data, and in our historical data, there lies UFOs within that. So they know what these things really are, which goes back to the scriptures, as well as they know too. Okay, but they're going to call them UAPs just so that people don't really know why these beings are here. But we know why, all right? And just like I said, they know why these UFOs are here also. Okay, so what they're going to do is they're going to possibly use an event which can really throw away the belief of some. But see, the elect will not be deceived in that, because the elect, as I want to read anyway, Matthew 24 verse 24, for there shall arise false anointed ones and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Behold, I have told you before. Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not. For as the lightning cometh out of the east, and shineth even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Wheresoever the carcasses, there will the eagles be gathered together. Verse 29 now. It should be immediately, oh boy. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers on heaven shall be shaken. So it's telling you that immediately after the tribulation, what is the tribulation? The days of Jacob's trouble, as it is well as it's written in the book of Acts 14 and 23, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of the Most High. So there it is. So the bulk of the tribulation will come through Jacob's trouble. So the Lord ain't going to come before the tribulation. The Lord is going to come after the tribulation. And what that would also entail is that all of the prophecies would have had come to pass. Then he would come. So as this reads, and then shall appear this sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all of the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds from one end of heaven to the other. So that's after the tribulation is said and done. So what these devils are going to do, they're going to prepare an event. And this is why this references guide, which was written June the year 2024, okay, which I believe this was done due to the Vatican preparing the guideline, because the Vatican Church, they're like the priests of the society, so they're in charge of unusual things happening among people, like, apparitions, various spiritual things, that encounters, as Esau would call it, human beings. Okay, so they're going to be the ones giving the word to people that, look, this and that is happening, when in fact they really don't know what's going down the pike. They really don't know that that of the Lord's return. They have no idea that, as that's even written in the book of Matthew 24 and verse 36 now. But of that day and hour knoweth no man. So wait a minute. So this is how you know that they're going to be setting something up of that sort. Creating a scenario with Project Bluebeam to make it look like, oh, the Lord's coming, when in fact that ain't the Lord. Because again, no man knoweth the hour, as it is written, but of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. So why would they know? Come on, man. If anyone's going to know, let's just say the Lord was to let loose of that information on who was going to know when the Lord's return was going to be. It would be the Israelites. So he certainly wouldn't give that information unto the wicked. Come on now. Stop it. That would go in conflict with the word which is written in the book of Psalms. What is it? Psalms 147 and 19. The Lord showed his word unto Jacob, and he have yet chose Israel. All right? Something like that. I'm roughly paraphrasing the scripture. He have not dealt so with any other nation. Praise ye the Lord. So again, if the Lord was going to reveal any secret information, he would reveal it to the servants, the prophets, as that's written. The Lord doeth nothing when he revealeth his secrets unto the servants, the prophets. So now let's read this as well. 1 Thessalonians 5 and verse 1. But of the times and of the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. Right. And the day of the Lord is basically going to be Jacob's trouble as a whole. So that is going to be the time which will come suddenly, as verse 3 says it. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that the day should overtake you as a thief. Right, because the watchmen are always going to be watching. What are we watching for? We're watching the prophecies to see what's being had, because prophecies are coming which will lead to other prophecies, which will lead to the major prophecy. which will include the MOTB. And then after that's all said and done, you're going to have Jacob's trouble out of that. And then the Lord's going to make a second return. Ye are all the children of the light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. And therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. So yeah, because we have the word of the Lord, this is our light in the world of darkness, as it is written, gross darkness to people. But if you read Isaiah 60 and verse 1, what does that tell you? Arise and shine, for thy light is coming. And that light has come upon our hearts. So now we see everything the way it is. And we see that more things are bound to come. So yeah, just putting all of this together, because the Vatican and the higher powers overall, they're going to set something up, man. And it's going to be to the extent of possibly, a so-called alien invasion or such. Which the term alien, once again, just means something that is estranged. All right? That's all it means. It ain't in relation to the green men, as they would tell you, of Mars, or people coming out of those ships looking like E.T. It's not what the term alien is in relation with at all. So, yeah, that's all I got to say with this. I want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh Bashmi Yahushua Bashem Warakah Kwadash, and double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone, and as well as even unto those that are including elder bishops as well. All right, and Yahweh Bashmi Yahushua Brakatham to the 144,000, and as well as even including the 1/3. And this is your brother Laban. Shalom.